My name is Brittany Rodriguez and I am 15 years old. I tutor to earn money. I am currently in Kingman, Arizona. My sisters and I have written our messages because we want to be clear with what we say. We need assistance. We are not asking for welfare. We want to help ourselves. My sister Jaslyn and I have good grades at school. It's just hard right now. The detective has said that my stepfather, Richard Markham, who started raping me since I was 5 years old, would get away with this. And because I am a minor, I'd have to go back to live with him and my mom for the second time. When I was 7.5 years old, I found somebody I could trust and talk to. That somebody was my Uncle Chris. Because his friend Jeanette walked in on Richard kissing me and inappropriately touching me. Then they took action, and I was taken away from my family for 2 years while the case was being processed. My mom wouldn't help me then or now. Being so young, I felt I was being punished for what I said, because they wouldn't let me be with my brothers and sisters. Richard was arrested, and they let me go back home. Jaslyn, Matthew, and the others hated me for taking away their dad. And my mom did too. She was upset. The worker told me if I take back my story and drop my charges, Richard would be let out. So I told a family friend named John that the story was never true. Then I was free to stay with my brothers and sisters and mom. Then Richard Markham, my stepdad, was released and allowed to see us. We then moved in with Richard, and he started raping me all over again for 2 months. He told me nobody will believe me, and he was right. Now the law is saying that I am not a trusted source of testimony, and there is not enough evidence of his rape. My teachers and friends can verify I tell the truth, and I am a good student. Me and my sisters have recently got our own apartment and will need furniture, and my sister Haley is saving a few dollars out her check from work for a car. She had to drop out of school and didn't finish high school. She is trying to get her GED so she can get a better job. We are good students and make good grades. We ask you to believe us and stop him. My sister Haley said he started raping her as soon as mom moved in with him. She was 5 years old then. She turned on his aggression once. She was in her teens, and he stopped with her. He stopped with me shortly after and continued on with Jaslyn. Me and Haley talked with each other and was aware of what had happened to us. He had always said to me, "This is our secret, and everything I do is out of love." Me and my sister Haley always told each other that we would never say anything about our experience until Jaslyn admitted that he was doing her too. Help us be safe. We will take a lie detector test. We don't know what else to do. Jaslyn and I do not want to go back to his house or to him. Our brothers are victims too. We know they are. Our brother Seth, 13-year-old, told Marcia Jocelyn he saw Richard doing Jaslyn. So they are scared too. Help them, please. Our mom is under some spell of Richard's and is helping him. My stepdad is a sick pedophile, moving freely about Kingman every day. Not only are we not safe, but your own children and your family are at risk. Please help, and I thank you for whatever you can do.
My name is Jaslyn Leanna Markham, and I am 11 years old, and I have written a message for you. Please help us. Please.
To start out with, I just want to make it clear that after 3 months of investigation and hard looking, the authorities still haven't taken my statement. No one's asked me any questions and no one's asked me to tell my story. I wrote everything down so that I can get my message to you clear and I don't forget anything. I want to make sure that everyone hears it exactly as it is. My name is Haley Rodriguez. I'm 18 years old and I live in Kingman, Arizona with my 2 younger sisters, Brittany, who is 15, and Jaslyn, who is 11. My 2 younger brothers still live with my mother in Golden Valley, Arizona, Seth and Matthew. Seth is 13 and Matthew is 10. I don't trust that my brothers are in good hands with her. I've made a home for me and my sisters, and I hope with all of my heart that I can help all of my siblings. My stepfather, Richard Markham, started raping me when he moved in with us. I was 5 years old. He told my mother his childhood history, that his parents had raped him and were extremely abusive towards him. He also shared with her that as a teenager he raped 2 younger girls. He was not 18 at the time, he was around 17, so they didn't prosecute him, they couldn't. And his father is a registered sex offender. We've seen him once or twice in the time Richard and my mother have been together, but his mom still plays an active role in our lives, and she comes to visit whenever she can. After knowing his history, I don't understand why my mother would stay by his side or keep staying by his side and sticking up for him now. She shouldn't have subjected us to that sort of abuse, and even the many times we tried to tell her throughout the years about what's going on, she kept telling us that she was a liar, or that we were liars. And I'm pretty sure she's always been aware of what's happened to us and what was going on when it was. He would come into mine and my sister's room at night and tell everyone he was going to read us a bedtime story, but instead he just took turns raping us, telling us he did it because he loved us. I met a person who loves me very much. I was able to find a house, stay with roommates, and work my way into my own life, away from my family. This was all before I turned 18, so I worked and paid my own way the whole time. I was studying through my GED until all of this broke loose, and so I still need to finish that. I've asked Child Services to help me with me and my siblings, and as far as I know, they're doing the best they can. I'm 18 now, and I have my own apartment. We each have our own rooms for the first time in our lives, because we've always had to share. The apartment is pretty much the nicest place we've ever lived, when we were living with our parents. My sister Brittany, she does tutoring for an income, and I work full time, so we hope together that we can manage our apartment and keep it because it's very nice. We are terrified still that Richard is walking the streets, and the detective said in pretty much as slim words as I can put it to you that he was going to walk away because there's not enough evidence to convict him. My brother Seth even put a statement in against what my mom was probably telling him and everyone else, that he saw Richard raping my younger sister Jaslyn, and authorities still say that that's not enough. Richard really is a dangerous predator, and I believe that with all my heart. And if he gets set free, he's going to strike again. Matt, who owns the Standard newspaper here, he employs him at this time, with a towing company called He's Towing. He has a daughter named Brittany who scared my sisters coming out of the store by pretending she was going to run him over. I don't understand why people believe him and why we are the ones that have to live in fear. We're the victims here, and we're not trying to make anything crazy out of this. My younger sister, Jasmine, she really needs a lot of help because of this. The effects show in her more than any of us. I fear that she's suffered the most. I've gotten him away, and I'm doing the best that I can. He is still free to wander the streets of Kingman. Please help us put this predator away. Don't let him walk after all of this. We trusted the legal system to protect us, and we are willing to take a lie detector test, anything we can do to help our story get out there. To feel safe, we really need that and get on with our lives. We're going to have to furnish our own apartment now, all while saving money for a car. So this is a lot of stress for 3 girls, and I mean, it can't be worth it if he walks free. This isn't something that we ask for. We just really need justice, and we're just asking for the protection that we deserve. We brought our case to the authorities, and we ask that you help us to get justice.